Hello, it's Sally at Dotty Bin here. Welcome to my channel. I'm starting a new project today. It's a stitch along with To Be Loved Treasures by Corinne, and I'm also inspired by another YouTuber, Vintage Blend Studio. I think her name is Susanna. I will put their links to their YouTube channels in my description box, so you can have a look at what they're doing. Mine's going to be a stitch along with To Be Loved Treasures by Corinne, and it's called Let's Celebrate the Season, and I think the hashtag is Stitch the Season. I will put it all in the description box later. I have cut a panel of fabric, backing fabric, which is like a linen type thing, and my piece measures 9 by about 12 inches. I've used that, but what I thought I would do, just to give a little bit more interest, is I've gone and used like a crazy patchwork, but kept everything straight rather than crazy patchwork. And these are all old linens that I've had lying around that I've used from my scrap box. They're just pieces that I've already used before. I've cut up napkins, that's part of a tablecloth, that's a part of a tray cloth, and little scraps of cotton and linens that I've had lying around. So nothing here, oh, and a bit of selvage edge there. Nothing here is new, it's all vintage. And it's all pieces that I've already had, and I've just fitted them into this. Now Corinne has backed her piece with felt. I haven't done that because I don't know whether I need to or not, because I'm putting more on, so it's okay, but it is a little bit floppy. So if I find that it's too floppy, then I will back it. I have some felt I can use, but for now I'm going to see how I get on. So the things that we're following here are embellishing a piece of fabric, a floral piece of fabric, and we're putting on critters, additional flowers, using different threads. We're using beads, and I think there's also a poem to go on as well. So I have been looking at my stash of, I didn't have a whole piece that I felt that I could use as a whole piece. So what I've done is I've gone through all my stash, which is here, and had a look through to see if I can, what I can use. I love this fabric, I love the colours of this fabric. It just speaks volumes to me about because of the seasons. Because I'm in England, we're in autumn. Corinne is in Australia, so she's following spring. But because we're in autumn, I'm doing the autumn one first. This one is so autumny in the colours, but they're tropical fruits, and they're just fruits that we don't grow in this country very successfully, I don't think. So although I like this colour and I will use bits out of it, I'm not going to use that as my main fabric. I've got lots of fabric here that I did think about using this one, because although it's got flowers on it, they're quite subtle, and I could have added more to my own. But I've gone through, and I love this fabric here, which has got lots of autumn colours in it, and roses, and I also like this fabric here, and I think I'm going to take something from this fabric. I love these roses here, they're like the maroons and the beiges, and there's like a brownish colour here, which say autumn. I love this bit here, the hydrangea. So this is definitely one I want to think about using, and I also would like to use a rose from this, or something from this, because I love the tones in this. I've got this one here as well, which is beautiful, but it's just the background is just too dark, I think, for me, so I'm not going to use that one for this this project. This one here I like as well, but it's feeling cold, and so I'm thinking maybe winter for that one, but at the moment I've not decided on winter at all. Here's another pretty one, but this is yellows, and I don't think, it's not screaming autumn to me, so I'm not going to go for that. I dug out a Christmas one there just to see if I felt anything for that one for my winter project, but I'm going to just concentrate on autumn for now. So the two fabrics that I do like are this one and this one. And my idea that I had was, this spoke to me. I thought, oh, that could be a shelf for a vase maybe. So I have decided that I'm going to do a vase with an autumn display of flowers in my project. I had a quick snip with just some scissors, and I've made kind of like a half a vase, and I'm going to use that. That looks like a drop leaf, so I thought that would be quite an idea to have a drop leaf there, and then a vase, and then my flowers, and then perhaps my verse here. So that's my idea for this project. So let me just put these out of the way. First of all, I want to find a fabric for my vase. Now I want to use the tones of autumn, but I don't want it to scream at me. I want it to be quite neutral because of how many flowers I'm going to be putting in, and I want the flowers to speak. So I've had a quick look at some of my neutral colours, and I was trying to picture them on here, which I quite like the green. I think that would work quite well. And I like this one here as well. I think that would be quite a vasey kind of pattern. I like that. I have this one here, which I like, but I think it might be too dark with all my flowers going on, so I'd like that, but I think it might be too dark. And I also found like a diamondy, checky diamond, but I don't think there's enough contrast between that and the background. And I had a spotty one, which would look quite good as a vase. So I do like that one. I think it's between that one and the green. So if I'm going to be putting some of these flowers, let me just grab a bunch of the flowers kind of there. Do I want to go that, or I think that works really well because of the colours here. I think that would work really well. So right, decisions made, we're going to go for those. So let's put that on one side for now, and get this cut out here. So where should we go from? Just about, yes it will, perfect. Okay, so just draw the outline. And get that cut out. Right, let's see how that fits to be my vase. Decisions made. Okay, so now I need to find some flowers that I like. I'm going to go with these ones because I want to put these in the background, and then I'm going to put the others over the top of it. I quite like this rose. There's some other flowers, so I think right. So I'm not sure where they're going yet, but and then I need to decide which flowers I'm going to use. Now there's some beautiful colours here, but I like that cluster there just because it's got the vase colour. I think that will go. So this is the part that I'm going to take. So I'm going to just, not sure how much of that branch I want, but take a big enough piece that I can then snip it down afterwards. So here we go. Let's try. Oh no, if we have it like that, then we could perhaps use that as something. So I may put that up there actually. Something like that. I might have this coming down, and then I can pop something else onto that branch, I think. Yeah, I like it hanging down a little bit. That's what I was imagining it as. Right, so I have all this space here. I will probably put another something here. Now, one of the other things that we need is a critter. That can be a bird, a bee, a butterfly, a ladybird, dragonfly, anything we like. I've dug out a couple of things. I haven't got any fabric, or not a lot of fabric with animals on it. I do have some wooden little creatures, some wooden birds. I have a little butterfly charm, but this is my only piece of fabric with a critter on it, and it is brown. So I like that for my project, and I think that's what I'm going to use. So I also like this hydrangea, and because it's black and white, I could fill that in colour. So I'm thinking I might use that, and I also like the leaves as well because I could fill those in with colour. So that I'm going to put to one side, but I like the idea of using that on my project. So I will cut these out a lot neater, but for now, just to place them and see how they look, I'm just going to do that. So that will be somewhere. I did think about putting it on my vase, but I don't think it would look right. I think I'd like it just kind of perched on a flower or somewhere anyway. So that's my critter. Whether there'll be any more in here, I might, but I haven't got any actual fabric. I would have to make something up, and I don't think these quite fit. They look a bit too small in proportion to the butterfly and the flowers, so I don't think the wooden birds are gonna work. That may, I'm not sure, but I'll put it to one side for now, because I do like the butterfly. It's in proportion, which I like, and it's the right tone of colour, so happy with that. So now threads. I've gone through my little stash of autumnal colours and picked out some tones that I like, that I'd like to use. which are all kind of browns and peaches. What's coming out? Never mind. Beiges. That's a grey, which I may use. So lots of browns. That I'm wanting to kind of pick out, and that I've got a red there, but I think that might be a little bit too bright, but I don't know, it could highlight, I suppose. Then some nice peaches, which I'm going to use. There. And I have some gold, and I have some yellow. That may creep in, I'm not sure about that. And then we've got some, just move those out of the way so we can have a look at the greens. And some greens. I have also got just some normal DMC embroidery thread, you know, the 6-stranded thread, and I probably will use a lot of that as well. But these are all my more interesting ones, so I thought I'd gather these first. I've also been given this. I'm going to save most of it for Christmas, I think, and for other projects, but I did like the green of the leaves in this, so I'm hoping to incorporate some of that into my project. Yeah, so that's, oh, and I've also yes, I've been thinking about my poem as well. So this, I think, is going to be called An Ode to Autumn. I have started to write a few words, but they haven't come together yet, so that's something that I'll save for a later day. Yeah, so first things first, we'll get all these out of the way, and I'm going to concentrate on pinning my vase onto my project. So as this is the shelf here, it's going to just perch a little bit above it, just so that we can see the shelf and the lovely vintage cross stitch that's on there. So I'm going to applique that on. I might also do something with these little star shapes, maybe put, I don't know, I might put beads, might bead it, I'm not sure yet, I'm not decided. And I'm going to start cutting out. I think what I'll do with this is I will cut them all out singularly so that I can place them where I want to place them. This one's definitely being used in this corner. I love the colours, and that's perfect with the other colours here. What I'm also going to do is grab some of this one that I showed you earlier, this fruit, because I'm going to be using some of the leaves, or even some of the colours and shape, and to make my own leaves. There's lots of interesting colours and patterns. Oh, the right tones, so that's, oh, and I love this bit here as well. I'm definitely going to put some of this on. I love this, so I'm going to use some of that. So that's how I'm going to get started. So I'm going to pause the video so I can cut everything out, and then we'll start stitching. Right, the cutting's now been done, and I'm quite happy with the way it looks. It looks balanced. I think I'm going to cut around there, take that off. That may move over a little bit, I'm not sure. And I think I'm going to take those off. I can't really find anything to put on them. I did have another flower, but I just think it's a little bit too top heavy where I wanted to put it. So I'm quite happy with how things are laying. And I've just put one of the hydrangeas down here, so it looks like it's kind of fallen out of the bowl or dropped out of the vase. and maybe it startled the butterfly and the butterfly is going to fly away. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm going to now put everything onto my backing fabric, and then I'm going to go and start embellishing. So I'll tack everything down, and then we'll see where we go from there. So hopefully you'll join me next time. Thanks very much for watching. Okay, bye bye.